Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond. Broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
Back at you and Gloves Off. I'm Paul Buitrón here from Laredo, and I'm talking to Mayra Gutierrez from Macallen, who's running for City Commissioner of Macallen. How are we doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the time.
No, well, number one, thank you for running, because no matter where you're running at, that means that people are standing up to move their part of the area where they live forward, and I commend you on that one. Let's touch base on who is Mayra. Mayra, why did you decide to run? Number one.
I was born in Monterrey, Mexico. I've been here in this country as a resident legal alien for a very long time. I joined the organization Latinos for Trump, which is now Latinos for America First. And they just encouraged me more to do more of my civil duty and to get my citizenship. So I got my citizenship last year, January of last year. I came from a family that is very conservative. You know, we're Catholic, we believe in pro-life, we believe in the ethics of hard work, getting you for, what you want. This is a land of opportunities. And I started getting more involved. I owe so much to this country, to my community. And to me, running for office is doing my civil duty and paying back this community and this country that has given me so much and maintaining it for what it is, a land of opportunities for those that come in and want to do something for themselves.
Absolutely. Number one, I commend you and congratulations on becoming a citizen. Listen, everybody in the United States at one point or another immigrated to this wonderful country, and you can see why. It's a beautiful country. It's one that we have to preserve with all the liberties and freedoms that we have. And I cannot commend you anymore for doing that. And, Macallen has grown so much. I remember living in Brownsville and passing by, and it was just, oh, you passed by Macallen and it just kept on going, right? And then towards Laredo. But Macallen has grown so much that it has basically become the powerhouse, if you want to say it that way, of the valley. And even though there's other cities there that make the valley beautiful, is that they're actually moving very fast in comparison to Laredo. Laredo's kind of staying stagnant. And I don't know whether it's the political lessons of Laredo or the fact that we have more visionaries over there, and I don't know what it is, but Macallen has eaten Laredo's lunch, and I can say that I'm from Laredo. And but so I commend you. Tell me, what would you bring forward towards Macallen? Say, you know what, this is Mayra, this is my ideas, this is what I want to do different.
Well, I'm running for city commissioner to be the voice for my people. That is something different, because a lot of people that run for office nowadays, they do it a lot with an agenda, especially in a city level, in a council. So many of them are business owners, which are great, and they bring that. I am not a business owner. I work for somebody. I want to represent the people. My donations are not big corporations, big donations. I'm doing this mainly by myself and friends that have donated to my campaign, either with in-kind donations, or the most I think I got in cash is $200. But I'm doing this to represent the community, because we are going through a lot right now in the security of our city with the whole influx of illegal crossings. So that affects our security, and it also affects our budget and our small businesses. So our small businesses are suffering from COVID, which they were locked down for a year. A lot of them didn't reopen, like the yoga studios, the private trainers, the dentist office. Those are small businesses too. And, the little small mom and pop shops. I do a lot of boutique shopping, and my boutique is closed. So we need to help our community first and most, more than anything. And a lot of this these people that are running for office right now, they're getting a lot of donations from bigger companies, bigger contracts, so they're coming in already wanting to place those donors into the city of McAllen. I am not there to represent any donor. I am here to represent my neighbors and the people around me.
That's absolutely, that's a good cause. Let's touch base on the security issues. We've seen it here in Laredo, but how is it over in McAllen? How is the influx coming in of illegal, or can we say illegal immigrants, you know, because the names have changed?
Well, I mean, the correct way of saying it, it is illegal aliens. That's not a derogatory name. That is what it's called. I mean, when I was a permanent resident, I was called a permanent resident alien. That's what it is. This thing about being offended and for using, you know, the right terms is just ridiculous. So it's gone to the point that there is a lot of illegal aliens around town. I live close to where the first respite center was, and the people, the illegal aliens are not forced to stay there. They can come out and, you know, into the community. Right now, they have the respite center, again, blocks away, but, you know, more in the downtown area. I mean, you know, McAllen, it's a small city. So everywhere there's going to be a suburb, there's going to be homes, but they're mainly staying around the downtown area. They come here and they want to leave, but we have a homeless situation going on in McAllen where it's growing. I met a 19-year-old 2 weeks ago, and he has gone to the respite center asking for help, asking for food. He gets denied because he's a legal resident in this country. So how are we to turn away our own people and help people that are already here breaking the law? And this is the Catholic Charities. They're supposed to be helping anybody that comes into their door. Being legal, you know, mainly the legal residents, that's your community. How can you not outreach to your own? So that is where we are right now.
And that's been the problem with the diocese since the dioceses were formed here. Okay. Back before, when this was Spain and the dioceses were starting to form in Mexico, and they went down the line through Texas, they were very discriminatory with their own people anyway. And I'm Roman Catholic. Okay.
So
I grew up Catholic, you know, and those are the things that I see with our church. You know, they come out and say, oh, this is a Christian thing to do, the humanity thing to do, but you're helping people that are breaking the law. Number one. Understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand about forgiveness, and I understand about penance, and I understand about everything else, but you're helping people that are breaking the law. So they come in here and they disguise themselves as Good Samaritans. Are they really, or is it just more of a money thing? So those are my issues with that. But, you know, then leave that aside, because the grand issue is really the security of our people here. And how is the security growing there? Has the crime risen?
We are having more crime, but another thing is that, you know, I also want to point out is we talk about the humanitarian issue. What about all these children that are being used? A lot of these children that are coming into with the cartels, with the human traffickers, they're getting abused, they're getting raped. A little girl, a 19-year-old little girl got gang raped by men. By the time she got to Border Patrol here in the Valley, she didn't have a voice to explain what happened to her. She couldn't talk from the yelling that she, you know, the trauma and all the yelling that she had to endure, you know, for this attack. So yes, I mean, we are bringing in people that we don't know their criminal record, because a lot of times, the majority of them, they come under a different alias. They don't use their name. They use even cartoon character names. They come saying that they're 17 when this person doesn't look like a 17-year-old. But our Border Patrol have to take that age. They can't do anything. And they can't, their hands are tied right now. They can't even speak about it because they're under a gag order. So there have been sex offenders that have been caught. There have been, murderers, people that have, you know, serious charges against them that have been caught along, you know, with the illegal aliens that have been crossing over. So there is a security issue in our area right now.
You see, and that's a shame, because the leader, and this goes back to the leadership, and this goes all the way up to the White House. they're pushing this agenda, and it's something that is going to be very detrimental in the near future. People say, no, it's not. You guys are saying this. Crime's going to get up, and it's going to. You see those rapes. You think they're going to stop because they crossed the river? They're going to continue doing that here in our community, and it's going to get out of hand. And this is something that's why we need people out there that have a good understanding, and they have the good willpower to say, not today. It has to stop now. And those are the voices that people need throughout, the cities, and representing the counties and representing the state, and people that's going to say, not today. We need those people that really have that voice. Are you going to be one of those?
Yes, that's one thing about me. I am not afraid to speak out. I am not afraid to voice the truth on what's going on. A lot of people come to me, and because I raised this in the community that has a concern of the reasons why I'm running for office. And what I'm told is like, why are you running for that if that is a federal issue? Where is our federal government? They haven't even called it a crisis. They're calling it a challenge. Harris laughs every time they speak about it. She laughs about our problems. How is that leadership? Our president has not come to the border to address the situation, neither him nor the VP. So how is this not a community problem? It is affecting us directly. Our governor took too long into doing something. He knew that once Biden was going to get into office, because he was going to get into office, he didn't take action. He waited to take action. So it is a community issue. It does affect us. It affects our security. It affects our budget. It affects our schools. It affects our kids, our legal kids growing up here. They become part of the cartel. It becomes easier for the cartel to lure the young kids out of school and make them into human traffickers or drug smugglers. So that is a community issue. And that hits home because I have family. I have a son that fell into that. So it is a community issue.
Absolutely. What will be how can you say for the folks in McAllen, what is your area and from what boundaries to what boundaries?
I am running for District 6, which runs 10th Street to Jackson, and from South Nolana to Dickers Road. So that is my area. There's a lot of small businesses. There's a lot of homes around there. There's nice neighborhoods. There's every type of neighborhoods. So every type of citizens here. So I went and talked to one of when I was doing my block walking. I did all my block walking by myself. I didn't. They came and helped me. My organization came and helped me. Scott President came to help me. And one of the ladies that I spoke to, she had a stash house across her house. So I see the problems within my community. I see the infrastructure. We're not doing enough. Macallen is growing. Macallen needs to help the infrastructure grow along with the city, because you can't grow and not, fix the streets, fix the city lights. So it's not only the immigration that I'm in, but I'm also, with a small business, the quality of life. I'm a runner. So we need to fix our running trails, make it safe, put more lights, things like that, especially with right now with what's going, we have to have lighted areas because we don't know what's coming into our community.
Absolutely. You see, that's the question. We do not know what's coming into our community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a sad thing because our leaders are failing us. And that's what, I don't know how it was in McAllen, maybe you can explain, but in Laredo, the majority of those that were incumbent lost because of the COVID. And I had told a group and we had a group of businesses and business owners, small business owners, talking about the issues back in COVID when it first started. And I said, you know what, it's going to be very, very hard for the incumbents to win this upcoming election. And sure enough, the incumbents lost because of that reason. You went after people's money, you went after people's livelihoods, you destroyed businesses. And even though they're saying it, yeah, we did it for the better good, but really, was it really? You did it unconstitutionally at first, and later on everything happened, right? But is the same thing, same pattern happening in McAllen?
Well, right now, there's 6 districts, 4 are up for elections. One of the districts, the incumbent is running for mayor. which is Javier Villalobos. So we have 3 new, and of one of them, there's one that does focus into, he does address the illegal alien situation. The other district, there is an incumbent running on one of the districts, and he has good competition on it. So he is fighting for to keep his seat. One of them, he didn't get an opponent. My district is also special election because my city commissioner is running for mayor. She's running for mayor, but a lot of people are looking into the message. And I was asked, what mayor do you support? Are you backing? Because there's 5 mayors. And to me, with my values, I see 2 mayors as my favorites, but I do urge the community and the residents to do their homework and see which mayor stands for what, to make sure that they're addressing the issues of the community, that they're not gonna, a lot of them say Macallen is okay, there's no problems. We don't need any fixing. They're not willing to admit it because they were in the commissioner's office prior to running for mayor. So they need to address the problems and own up to it.
Absolutely. You see, that's a common thought. Well, there's nothing wrong with anything going on. There's a lot of wrong. And if you admit to it and try to fix those wrongs, then people can see that you're doing something right. Well, number one, Mayra, I want to wish you the best of luck. The election's tomorrow, right?
Yes, election is tomorrow. Early voting stopped on Tuesday. And so the big election day is tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. And folks out there in McAllen, you have a candidate right there. Go vote. Exercise your right to vote. And let us know what happens.
I will. And thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, thank you. Until next time, much peace and stay safe.